Hey, gorgeous. I want to talk to you about starting a group because the most common thing that I ever hear from individuals in the past in various therapy settings, from groups that I've facilitated, is this pain of isolation, is this pain of feeling like nobody really knows me, or the pain of feeling I'm not connected, I'm not part of something. And one thing that I noticed is healing for this is being in a group and sharing in a meaningful way, in a deeper way. Not just being in a group and learning stuff together is awesome and fun. Being in a group of friends and just having drinks or tea or having people for dinner is also beautiful and nourishing. And there's something in our hearts, in our souls, that yearns to be known in a deeper way. And so this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of group that I'm talking about. So if you want to do this, if you want this for yourself, I encourage you to take initiative and invite some people over. If it's just, 3 of you to start, it's 2 of you to start, and then grow from there. Because I have a notion that the people that you would invite would want this as well. And so a word about how to start this process. Well, you put out an invitation and say, I'm going to have this group, and here's the purpose. It's for us to gather, but also to share a bit more about ourselves, get to know each other in a deeper way. So once you're together and you either have tea or some snacks, or maybe you have dinner at first or whatever, at some point there is a sharing circle. I mean, you don't have to sit in a circle, but however you're configured in your space, there's a time of sharing. And I bring my feather because I didn't have a stick, but you could have a talking feather or just a stick. Or a stone. Grab something that you put in the center or you pass to each other, where the person, when the person who has this has it, it's their turn to speak. And there isn't crosstalk, and there isn't interrupting, there isn't questions, there isn't advice, there isn't like trying to solve their issue or what they're talking about. It's simply I get to hold this and just say how I'm doing on any level, on anything that you feel comfortable to share. This is how my work's going, or this is how my family is, or this thing about my relationship's really bugging me right now and I'd like it to change, or I'm struggling with some grief, some memories of my mom who passed or my brother have been coming up, or it's the anniversary of whatever, or I'm going through a separation, or my kid is having a hard time. Like whatever it is, you get to share, and it's just you. And then at some point you feel complete, and you pass on that rock or stick or feather or some sort of item that represents that person now has the floor. Because as much as we get nourished by having people over for dinner and having social gatherings, that is all important, but we don't necessarily touch the deeper parts of ourself that need to be heard. And I want that for you. I know how much meaning it creates. I know how much inner recognition it creates, and over time a real sense of safety when you can be among people that you share something with, and they share something meaningful of their lives too, and of their hearts. So I encourage you to take this away and try it. After the circle is done, everybody's had their time sharing whatever they want to share, and you might have a time limit on it. Maybe it's like, it can't be more than 5 minutes, or it can't be more than 10 minutes. But I tell you, 5 minutes of meaningful, deep sharing, or 10 minutes can be extremely nourishing. It gives you more than you might expect. Once everyone's shared, you could close the circle by having silence together, or you could have each person share something that they need from the group. Like, I'd like the group to pray for my child's healing, or I'd like the group to just hold in their hearts that this conflict in my relationship be dissolved with as much ease as possible. Something specific you can ask for, or I'd like more connection in my life. I'd love the group to imagine that for me. Okay, so anything, that's a nice way to close. Another way to close can just be acknowledging a word of how you feel right now. I feel relief after sharing, or I feel gifted, I feel gratitude, I feel each person gets to share. Just very briefly again, you can decide the limit on that. And then you close your time. And you have kind of a regular point of meeting. Once a month, once every couple weeks. Once a week seems to be too much for people, but you decide. So I hope you take that away and run with it, and just message me any questions that come up. But usually that simple structure can prevent any of the challenges or frustrations that come up in ongoing groups. So good luck. I hope it really feeds something for you.